This week, first round results.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to Rex Factor, where we have reviewed all the Queen and Prince consorts of England from Ealhswith to Prince Philip. We had 19 consorts who won the Rex Factor across this series, and we are now in the process of finding out who is going to be crowned the Series 3 champion. Now, as with our first two series, we are determining that by playoffs, in which we will put all of the Rex Factor winners from the series against each other and put them to a vote. So we had 4 groups in the first round for the 19 consorts. Groups A, B and C all had 5 consorts in them. Group D had 4, because we didn't quite have the right numbers for it to be even. No. For each group, we have 3 electoral colleges who rank them in order of preference from 1 to 5 or from 1 to 4. I am Electoral College 1, Ali is Electoral College 2, and you, the rest of the world, are Electoral College 3. So what Ali and I did at the end of each episode was that we wrote down on our cards, which we put in our envelopes, the order that we wanted them to be in. It's all coming back to you now.
This is all of round 1. It's not just Group A.
No, it was just that Group A is on top of the others because we'll do Group A first. Ali, as you can imagine, is a bit confused about what's going on, but it's starting to piece it together bit by bit.
All right. Oh, so this is quite a big episode then.
It is. We're doing all of them in one.
I sort of wish I hadn't cut myself shaving now.
You can just quite easily do that in the edit, can't you, Graham? It's quite an easy fix. So Ali and I wrote it down at the end of each of the group episodes when we did the podcast. Everybody else, you filled it in on a Google form. So what I've done once the voting finished is I downloaded the results and I did a bit of preferential sort of voting to get the exact order from 1 to 5 or 1 to 4 for the public vote as well.
Brilliant.
So what we'll be doing today is opening all of these envelopes and finding out who's going through. So round 1, first place will get 5 points.
Yep.
Second place 4, 3, 2, 1, except for Group D where it would be 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And we'll combine those scores based on each college's order, and the most points wins the group. Now in round 1, it's the top 3 who are going through.
Is that this one? Oh, well, you do that in a minute, me.
Yeah, that's just there for our benefit. They're not they're going to see something on the screen which should be lovely and easy. What about all these drawings on the wall, Graham? And these things that you push slightly out of view of the camera.
Oh, dear. Okay, it's all very distracting. There are so many screens. It's all very exciting. Yeah, take me on the journey.
Exactly, let's get to it. So each group has got the top 3 going through, which for Group D, when there are only 4 of them in the group, means actually most of them are going through. So we're going to have 12 of the 19 consorts going into the next round. So actually most of the consorts are staying with us into the semi-finals.
Good. Just get rid of the chaff.
Get rid of the chaff. So 7 are going to be going out today. But even though 12 are going to be going through, the position they finish in will determine which group they go into next, who they're coming up against. So that's all quite crucial as well. That. The difference between a second and a third, which group you're going to do next, could make quite a big difference.
I mean, is there a wall chart?
Alas, I think we said last time it'd be nice to have one, but no, there isn't a wall chart. That's effectively that's what my spreadsheet there is. It's the closest thing to a wall chart.
Well, someone can do it. This is why we need consort cards. Next time. It's tournament football. You know how much I like that.
Exactly. Next time, whatever we do, we're going to do it all in advance and then set it all up. Yes, so that's what we're going to be doing today. As ever, please let us know what you're thinking of the playoffs, how much you're enjoying it, who you think will win, who you're supporting. You can find links to all our social media profiles on our website, rexfactorpodcast.com, or email rexfactorpodcast@hotmail.com. So, I think it's time for us to find out who is into the semi-finals of Series 3.
All right. Do I open this up?
First of all, you're going to say...
Group A.
So in Group A, we had Emma of Normandy as the top seed, Prince Albert was the second seed, and then Matilda of Scotland, Catherine Parr and Margaret of Anjou were the third tier seeds. Tough group.
That's surprising, isn't it? Oh, it's just because they had...
It's because of the points. Some of them don't get the dynasty score or as much of a certain thing, so we take that into account. The fact that they're third seeds doesn't mean that they're going to come down at the bottom, or likewise, the top seeds aren't guaranteed to come at the top.
This is where... Yeah, because... I mean, okay, catching up here. But this is where we're able to rank the Rex Factoriness, where it really matters how Rex Factory they are.
Exactly. It's not all about the score.
I'm liking this, Graham.
So the draw was based on seedings, based on the score, but the voting is purely whatever different people bring. Now, you might decide that the score is the most important thing. It might be the subjectivity, the battliness, that certain something, whatever it is that floats your boat.
It's quite exciting, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to find out how we've all approached it. And it might be that we all agree, but we could get very different results.
Yeah. God, I mean, do you actually remember how you voted then?
I do remember how I voted.
Oh, okay.
And I obviously know how the public voted because I had to do the calculations.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody else knows that. I don't know how you voted, which is probably true for you as well.
Yeah,
So all going to be surprised.
Absolutely true. I mean, I can tell you how I think I voted. I thought I would have think to vote.
Good point. Well made.
Thank you.
Now, one thing to note, if we get a tie in the scores, so when we add up my ones, your ones, the public's ones, if the way that it all permutates is that two consorts have the same total score at the end, we go with the public's order in terms of preference.
Yeah.
So if that's what happens, public one will decide it. So we come to Group A. I'll go first. So I've got my envelope all sealed. I didn't do the seal-proof designs on the back that you did for yours.
Yeah. I didn't do it on that one.
Oh yeah, I think it was once you'd done the first one you remembered.
I remembered what I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do it in reverse order.
Okay.
With little pauses for me to put in images and whatnot. So in 5th place...
This is you?
This is me.
Okay.
So this isn't the final results, this is just me.
Right.
In 5th place, I put Matilda of Scotland.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her because I really liked her. I feel like there was another group or two where I might have had her in the top 3, but in this one... just not quite Rexy as the others for me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting distracted by trying to remembering how I did it. Yeah. Yep.
In 4th place, and I felt bad about this because I really love her, but Catherine Parr I put in 4th.
You monster.
I'm sorry. It's a tough group, and I just felt like, I think, and it's not her fault, it's Henry's for being rubbish and dying, but I just felt like she's only there for 3 and a bit years as queen. The others I just felt like have more that they do and get done.
Or she's only there for 3 and a bit years.
That's the other way of looking at it.
Blimey.
In 3rd place, I put Prince Albert.
Okay, I think there's some sense coming back here.
Not everybody's favourite necessarily as a character, but an incredible legacy of all the stuff that he does.
Yeah, got it.
He deserved it up there. In 2nd place... I'll edit that out. So it's either Emma of Normandy or Margaret of Anjou for the top place for me. And I went with Emma of Normandy.
Above Margaret of Anjou?
So I put Emma of Normandy in top, Margaret of Anjou in 2nd.
Okay.
So I thought it was... No, I don't remember. I said that I swapped 2 and 4 round, but I kept 1 and 3. So I initially had Catherine Parr in 2nd, Margaret of Anjou in 4th. But I just thought, no, Margaret of Anjou's story is so amazing, so dramatic.
Yeah.
But I was marking her down a bit for the defeat. But in the end, I decided, no, it's incredibly Rexy. So up to 2nd for Margaret, down to 4th for Catherine Parr, because I still felt like Albert was about 3rd. But yeah, Emma of Normandy, I just thought it's just so much to her. And she's the one that I just found so hard to summarise her life story because there's just so much to it. And such a legacy, and the fact that it takes us into 1066 as well with the Normandy links. So, yeah, for me, I put Emma of Normandy in top, Margaret of Anjou 2nd, Prince Albert 3rd, Catherine Parr 4th, and Matilda of Scotland in 5th. So I will now put my numbers in.
You made just quite a compelling case for Emma then.
There we go.
Can I tell you how I think I voted?
You could, or you could open your envelope. So that's how I voted, but we've still got Ali, we've still got the public's vote, so that is not the final vote, unless you vote in exactly the same way. So, reverse order.
Well done, thanks for coming, but Prince Albert.
Whoa, very different to me. So, Prince Albert in 5th with Ali.
Just, well, 4th. Emma of Normandy. I mean, that really surprises me. I think I should have had, on reflection now, I'd have at least put her in 3rd above Matilda of Scotland.
so when my one, it was like, yeah, obviously 5th, of course. I don't think anyone's surprised about that. Oh,
yeah. I think I just don't know who it is, so I put her in third.
I think initially you didn't know who she was and you're putting her last, and she had very good subjectivity.
So I put her in third.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's either Margaret of Anjou or Catherine Parr in top place for you.
It's Margaret of Anjou in top place, Catherine Parr a very solid second. You know what? I was able to bang out that fact to Rue the other day because Horrible Histories was portraying Catherine Parr as quite sort of dull and uninteresting, which was weird for them. But I was able to say, no, she's the first published author, female published author. It didn't get the response I thought it deserved. But I felt like I was putting something right, at least. So,
yes.
Well done, Rex Factor.
Well done, Rex Factor. Well, so that's obviously very different to mine. So now if we do the ordering, we now have Margaret of Anjou in first place with 9 points, Emma of Normandy in second with 7, Catherine Parr in third with 6, and then Prince Albert and Matilda of Scotland both on 4. So it is all to play for before we find out the public's vote. All 5 are still in with a shot of...
Oh, yes. Even Margaret of Anjou could lose at this point.
Okay, Margaret of Anjou can't not go through, but she isn't definitely first.
Okay. I'm happy with that positioning, actually, at the moment, because I think it gives Catherine a good shot at the next round as well.
Yeah, so whatever the public decide will determine, really, who's going to be in that top 3, because all 5 could be in this... Well, all 5 are still in the running to be into the next round.
Okay.
So this is the public vote for Group A, which will decide it. So, in 5th place for the rest of the world, Prince Albert.
Okay. Well, we've got that out of the way.
In 4th place for the rest of the world, Matilda of Scotland.
Okay, so they're out.
They will be out if we're just going to skip them quickly. But what are the positions? Well, in 3rd place with the public is Catherine Parr.
Okay.
So, between Emma of Normandy and Margaret of Anjou, and the winner with the public was Emma of Normandy.
Okay, so actually that was quite a good levelling out. Our 2 scores combined have almost made what the public did.
Yeah, so the final results then in Group A, in 5th place with 5 points, out of the tournament, the second seed in the group, Prince Albert. Albert is out. Also out, in 4th place, just ahead of him with 6 points, is Matilda of Scotland. In 3rd place, and going through to the semi-finals with 9 points, it's Catherine Parr. In 2nd place, despite coming first with me and the public, is Emma of Normandy with 12, but 1 point ahead of her, winning the group with 13 points, Margaret of Anjou.
Brilliant. So I gave her...
You gave her the win?
I gave her the win. That might be a tough, though. Then that means she's up against a hard hitter.
Well, exactly. It's one of those you don't necessarily know. Yeah. Is it good to win the group, or is it better in 2nd or 3rd? We will see. But...
Or knock Spain out early.
Exactly. So that was Group A. We now move on to
Group B.
So in Group B, we had Eleanor of Aquitaine, Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, and Edgever of Kent.
I remember that. I know how I voted. Well, I don't know the order, but I know how I voted.
Possibly one of those where, there's perhaps a few favourites for the top 3, but what order will they come in, etc., etc. We are going to find out again. And once more, I shall kick us off. Open up my envelope and reveal my results. So, I put in 5th place Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon.
Yeah.
Obviously, deciding between her and the person I put in 4th, Edgever of Kent. I was tempted to put Edgever in 5th because I felt a bit uneasy that so much of her story is a bit reading between the lines, how much definitely happened versus how much is like, well, if we sort of assume this and assume that, then maybe this happened.
Yeah.
But I felt like if we'd given her the Rex Factor because of those things...
You've got to judge her on
We've got to judge her on those things. So Edgever in 4th. In 3rd place, I put Anne Boleyn. So it's
Really?
between Eleanor of Aquitaine and Catherine of Aragon for first place.
That is tough.
How about that? Oh,
Yeah.
so in first place, I went with Eleanor of Aquitaine.
Yeah.
So Eleanor in first, Catherine second, Anne third, Eadgiva fourth, and Elizabeth fifth. So almost actually in seed order. I just swapped around.
You know, I
bottom
reckon
two.
I probably voted exactly the same way.
Well, we're going to find out
Okay, yeah.
imminently as you open your envelope.
I can confirm this envelope
Seal.
is
Do you
not
want to
being
show the
tampered
seal
with.
to the... Oh. So, in reverse order again. You surprised yourself.
Okay, reverse order. Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon.
Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon in fifth. That's the same for both of us.
And Eadgiva of Kent.
In fourth, same again.
Anne Boleyn.
Oh. But will it be Eleanor? Will it be Catherine?
Amazingly, I've got at the top Catherine of Aragon.
Ooh.
I don't know what you said to me on the day because, but mind you, I'm battling over it now. So yeah, I could have landed either way.
And I got to say, actually, when on the day, I almost thought like I'd said something that sort of turned you off, Catherine, a bit. So I was almost wondering
really?
whether actually she was going to slip down
Oh,
to third.
maybe that's gameplay.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, so after Ali's voting, then we've got Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon
Brilliant.
down in 2 points, Eadgiva of Kent and in fifth place, Eadgiva of Kent fourth on 4, Anne Boleyn third on 6, but joint first, both on 9 points, Eleanor of Aquitaine,
That's
Catherine
brilliant.
of Aragon, which again means the public vote is going to decide.
That sort of absolves us of all responsibility here because I couldn't decide, so it's up to them, and then that's fair. That's brilliant.
It is up to the public to
Isn't
decide.
democracy fun?
So I shall open up the envelope, the last one for Group B, the rest of the world's vote, and we'll find out who comes where.
Okay.
In fifth place, Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon.
I mean, that's not as damning as it suggests. She's in Rex Factor.
Yeah, she's a tough group.
Yeah.
It's a tough group. You've done well to get here, you know.
Someone's got to go there.
In fourth place, Eadgiva of Kent.
Yeah.
In third place, Anne Boleyn.
Okay, so this really is a decider.
So between Eleanor and Catherine, the public vote, and thus the deciding vote, went to Eleanor of Aquitaine.
Really? Is that just an and oh no, that's the one I meant. Yes. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Isn't this amazing though, that we're discussing first and second and ignoring the fact that Anne Boleyn has come in third,
I know, yeah.
which is in itself amazing.
Now, when we do next week, we're going to do a right to reply episodes where we'll read out some of your messages that we got from the playoffs, because you had comments boxes and any sort of immediate reaction we get to the results. I'll also do some stats on the voting, because obviously I had to do lots of moving around of things and all that sort of thing. But as headlines, I will say that this was not close with the public. Eleanor got over 70% of the vote in terms of first place.
Oh, so we were doing all this mental gymnastics and it wasn't necessary. There's a clear winner in the public mind.
In the public mind, it was still mental gymnastics because obviously it was 3. The public is reduced to 1 voice.
Yeah, but
it really was 1 voice. Well, not quite 1 voice, obviously, but it was very unanimous. Eleanor the winner.
Like that, but as a great hive mind, they weren't having the same doubts as us.
Yes, in that sense, yeah.
Well, certainly I was. Anyway, did you find it hard?
Oh, yeah, I did. I did have to really have a proper think about it.
Because, I don't know. I really liked Eleanor. But not enough, clearly. I put Catherine at the top.
Right.
Oh, no. Oh, God, I'm confusing the two of them. Eleanor and Catherine. Why there's so many Eleanors and Catherines?
I mean, I accept that those two are both different names, but there are other people with those names as well.
Other people have lots of names.
Yeah.
That's fundamentally a problem.
Right, so that is the end of Group B. Now we move on to
I'm sorry, it's still going on my mind. It's really great how that all worked out.
It is fun. It is fun.
Okay.
Group C.
So in Group C, we have Isabella of France, the top seed, Henrietta Maria as the second seed, Caroline of Ansbach, Mary of Teck, and Caroline of Brunswick, the third tier seeds. So this is one with the two Carolines, and we're going to see whether or not you put the right one in the right position.
But this was the one that was surprisingly difficult, unlike the obviously difficult ones. Wasn't it? Was this the one that was...
Or maybe D might have been.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
Right.
I think whatever the groups, it's a surprise,
Yeah.
and we're not quite sure. So I will open up my results for Group C. So... So in fifth place, gone Mary of Teck.
Oh.
Very good, very solid and dependable, but I just felt not quite Rexy enough compared to my fourth place, Caroline of Brunswick, who in many ways is rubbish and terrible and an awful consort, but I just thought that a little bit Rexier.
Okay, so it's the interest rather than the act, rather than the legacy there.
Yeah.
It's the time there rather than the legacy that is you're preferring in that bit.
Exactly. In third place, Henrietta Maria.
T?
No, that's Catherine of Braganza, who didn't get the X Factor. Henrietta Maria is Charles the First.
Oh, yeah,
Civil
gun
War.
runner.
Gunrunner, yeah. So it's between Isabella of France and Caroline of Ansbach, and in first place, I've gone for Isabella of France.
She-wolf.
The she-wolf, the other she-wolf.
And Caroline of Ansbach is the consort that I really like.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we'll see whether that's reflected in your voting.
Let's have a little look. Okay, again, untampered with seal. Trustworthy man, this G-man. Oh. Sticky. I mean, obviously, Caroline of Brunswick. Mary of Teck. Now we're in the championship positions. Henrietta Maria.
Ooh, could this be our first matchy-matchy?
Second place. Or do you want me to do first place?
Do first. It's between, once again, Isabella and Caroline of Ansbach, and your winner...
She's back. It's Caroline of Ansbach.
Oh, it's another change.
We get we give it to the public to decide the top two.
So that means we've got a tie at the top and tie at the bottom. So fourth place at the moment, joint fourth, Mary of Teck and Caroline of Brunswick, both on 3 points.
Okay.
Henrietta Maria, very solid in the middle on 6. And then joint leaders with 9 points apiece, Isabella of France,
Brilliant.
Caroline of Ansbach.
That is good, isn't it? What does that mean? That fourth place could go up to third? Unlikely, though, isn't it?
It's unlikely, but it is possible
Okay.
for one of those two at the bottom to unseat Henrietta Maria. They can't catch Isabella or Caroline, but Henrietta Maria, if she comes last and Mary or Caroline come first, or second, actually, then they could.
Okay. But it's a battle for first place here between.
Probably it's a battle for first. So, the final one.
Public vote, Group C,
For Group
to decide
C.
between Isabella of France and Caroline of Ansbach.
So, the public vote.
Mm-hmm.
In fifth place, they've agreed with you, Caroline of Brunswick.
Yeah.
Fourth place, Mary of Teck.
Mm-hmm.
Third place, Henrietta Maria.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving this.
So once again, they decide, will it be Isabella or Caroline of Ansbach? The public vote, and thus the final result for Group C, Isabella of France.
Works out well for Caroline fans.
She's still through. So Mary fourth, Caroline fifth, Henrietta third.
She's still through and probably has an easier group.
Well, we'll see. We'll see all of that in a moment. So just to confirm, Caroline of Brunswick ends up in fifth place with 4 points. Mary of Teck in 4th place with 5. Henrietta Maria in 3rd place with 9. Caroline of Ansbach, 2nd with 13 points, but just pipping her to the post, 1 point ahead on 14 is Isabella of France.
How is she getting 14 points? Where are the points coming from? What's the weighting of the positions?
5 for me, 5 for the public, because you put her in second, 4.
Okay, got you.
So it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, another one where Isabella with the public, over 70% put her in first. Very strong one.
Blimey. Okay. Weird.
Group D.
So the last group now, and this one, of course, we have just the 4 consorts.
Yeah.
So 3 of the 4 will go through. So Group D, we had Ealhswith as the top seed, Elizabeth Woodville as the second seed, and then Matilda of Boulogne and Ethelfled, Lady of the Mercians, our third tier seeds.
That surprises me again, the seeding.
Yeah, but say the scores, the different factors, some don't manage to
Elizabeth
get many points.
above Ethelfled, though.
Well, because Elizabeth was there for quite a long time. She has loads of children.
A lot of scandal.
Agency. So, there's quite a few things going on with Elizabeth Woodville. Anyway, we'll start off again.
Do you know who Elizabeth Woodville reminds me of? Someone who's incredibly popular at school, but then when it actually comes to the real world, it just doesn't pan out somehow.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, she became the Queen of England, but,
But that's the point of leaving school, and then she is Queen. It's like, oh. Yeah.
Well, in 4th place, I have put Elizabeth Woodville.
Quite right.
Now, I mean, I think this was a very tough group. This one, I think, was the one where perhaps not necessarily a likely all-out winner in this group, but everyone in this group, I think, would have given people a run for their money.
It was
in any of the other groups.
Oh, right.
I'd say this is a sort of, if we're putting it into tournament football, if you get one of these, like in the quarterfinals, you think we should win, but we definitely could lose. We've got to play well to win this one.
Because I'm seeing this.
No one's saying that necessarily this is the person who's going to win the World Cup, but on their day,
they're the banana skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it. Okay, so we're coming at the same point of view that it's a group of Slovakias. Croatia pretty good, but got some good players in there.
Like anytime we get Denmark in a major tournament, you think we really should win, but we really could lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I put Elizabeth Woodville in 4th place. In 3rd place, I've gone for Ethelfled, Lady of the Mercians.
Surprising man.
It was the tricky thing again of like the question of whether or not she should be here or not here. Is she really a consort? That sort of thing. Right. So I sort of marked her down on that, but I still felt she's here, so I've got to do something. So for me, it was between Ealhswith and Matilda of Boulogne, and I went for Ealhswith.
Who are
these people? I didn't want to ask Graham, but so Ealhswith was Edgar the Peaceable's wife.
Oh gosh!
But she hated Dunstan.
Oh yeah,
Dunstan hated her. Accused of stabbing her stepson Edward the Martyr.
Oh blimey!
What else did she do? First crowned Queen of England.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, who was that?
That's Ealhswith.
And then
Matilda Boulogne was Stephen's wife. But
oh yes,
she was really good.
Yeah, she was really good.
So she kept him going when it was all falling apart. So Ali opening his now. So yes, I am for Ealhswith in 1st, Matilda Boulogne 2nd, Ethelfled in 3rd, and Elizabeth Woodville in 4th. But Ali, how have you voted?
What's the position at the moment? That's the current
position.
Okay, 4th place, Elizabeth Woodville.
Same.
She will be looking back at her yearbook fondly. Number 3, Lady of the Mercians, same logic.
Why have you put her in 3rd?
And it's happened again. 1st place, Matilda of Boulogne. So it's down to the public again.
Once again, the public will decide.
That is amazing.
So we're very much agreed on our sort of mid to bottom.
Yeah.
So in 5th place at the moment with 2 points, we've got in fourth place, because only 4 in this group. In fourth place with 2 points at the moment is Ealhswith Woodville. In third place with 4 points is Aethelflaed, Lady of the Mercians. But joint first, once again, both is 7 points, Ealhswith and Matilda of Boulogne.
I mean, this is brilliant.
So the public, once again...
Do you know what? In this instance, I don't think it will necessarily be a battle between those two. I think Ealhswith will ever be popular with the public, and they won't be so squeamish about her position as not queen.
Aethelflaed.
Yeah.
Who did I vote for? I don't know anymore. Which one of these was married to Edward I? Right, public vote.
Yeah.
The final vote for the first round, and after this we will know all of our semi-finalists. In fourth place, Ealhswith Woodville.
Yeah.
Who, again, we'll give the full stats next week, but she was, I think, like the best performing person to be eliminated in the votes, in terms of the public vote.
Really?
She got the bet within her group. She did pretty well. So quite a few of the others, they're like rock bottom.
But she secured the most votes as a loser.
She got a good amount of votes, even though she was fourth. So it was a very creditable fourth for Ealhswith Woodville.
Mm.
In third place was Ealhswith, Edgar's wife.
Okay, yeah.
Doesn't like Dunstan.
Fine. Yeah.
So it's between Matilda of Boulogne and Aethelflaed, Lady of the Mercians.
Is it, though?
For the public vote.
Okay, right.
And the winner with the public was Aethelflaed, Lady of the Mercians.
I know my people.
You know your people. So, a very different one to us.
Gosh.
So this is the first one, the only one, where every college put someone different in first place.
Oh, nice.
So the final results, in fourth place with 3 points and out, is Ealhswith Woodville.
Fine.
In third place with 8 points, despite winning with the public, is Aethelflaed, Lady of the Mercians. Second place with 9 points is Ealhswith, but the group winner with 10 points is Matilda of Boulogne.
I'm pleased with that. I still haven't got to grips with the two Saxons quite. I mean, I know...
It's probably easier if we just put the Norman one at the top and don't worry about those other ones with the Elfie, Felfie, whatever they are.
Well, I'm just really happy with top and bottom there.
I'd also say that this was the only group in which the public vote, the winner didn't have a majority the first round of voting. So all the other groups, the person the public put first, over 50% of them put that person first. This was the only one where I had to go all the way through to get. So it was fairly comfortable in them, but fairly close though between Aethelflaed and Matilda. So by no means a complete reversal of the public.
Oh, good. But they've still got the public vote still going through.
Exactly. So still going through. So that completes the first round draw. But what does that mean for the semi-finals?
The semi-final draw.
Now, this is already predetermined in terms of the playoff structure. So when we did the first round playoff draw, I put an image up, and I think we have it on the website as well, which shows which group each position will go into depending on their position within their first round group. So the winner of Group A goes into semi-final A. The runner-up of Group A goes into semi-final B. Third place.
So we could have a wall chart. I mean, you have done a wall chart, really.
I could just print it out. I could just print it out for you.
Okay.
Now, I don't quite know why I did this, but so I did that for A, or it starts off in A and then carries on. For C, it starts off in C and carries down. For some reason, for Group B, the winner goes into Group D, and for Group D, the winner goes into semi-final B. I'm not quite sure why I've done that.
Does it make a difference?
Well, it makes a difference in terms of those two logically would have been different groups, but that is what I published at the start, so I feel like I can't change it now, because then that might look like I was changing it because I was like, oh no, we need to change what it is. It doesn't ultimately, in a way, matter, because I could have just done a complete...
You could have shaken it up.
And say, well, we'll just do another random draw for the semi-final. So that is how it's going to work. It's already predetermined. So all we need to do now for me is click on a tab. For you, the public will pop it up on the screen. But this is the semi-final draw. Group A, semi-final A, Margaret of Anjou, Catherine of Aragon, and Henrietta Maria.
And how many go through here?
1.
Oh, man.
Only
alive.
1 goes through in each group now. Group B, Matilda of Boulogne, Emma of Normandy, and Anne Boleyn.
Oh.
Semi-final C,
Oh.
Isabella of France, Ealhswith, and Catherine Parr.
Okay.
And semi-final D, Eleanor of Aquitaine, Caroline of Ansbach, and Ethelfled, Lady of the Mercians.
Do you know what? I think what's interesting is that if 2 were going through from each group, that would be easy for me. But there's all the big... Yeah.
There's only 1. There are going to be some very big names, some hard hitters going out in the semi-finals. They're going to be tough. So the way it would have been different, actually, in some ways not massively different. So Eleanor and Ethelfled would have been here, and Matilda and Anne would have been there.
That doesn't... Yeah.
But, yeah, some very, very tough semi-finals there.
Blimey. Okay.
Now, the semi-final is going to be ever so slightly different in terms of how it works. So, as I said, it's 4 groups of 3, only 1 goes through. Now, we're still going to do the 3 electoral colleges, but we've decided that Ali and I are going to be reducing the value of our vote.
So we'll amalgamate it, right?
We'll still amalgamate, but this time, in the semi-finals, we will effectively be giving half points rather than full points. Because when we get to the grand final, that will be entirely down to the public. We won't be voting the grand final. So we're sort of stage by stage reducing our weighting.
That's brilliant.
Because there's only 1 going through, it kind of means that if you and I do vote in the same way...
Yeah.
And we were giving the big amount of points, it would be almost impossible for the public to change it. They'd have to vote in a very specific way to switch who won.
You should have a gig at the Electoral Commission. I like this. The idea of like the Lord's power diluting as it gets to a single vote. That's so good.
So we're still going to have a say. We can still affect it, but
brilliant.
A bit less of a say. Now, this episode will be coming out on Friday the 28th of March, and we'll be recording all 4 semi-finals next Monday.
Are we indeed?
Oh,
well, how are we doing that?
Indeed.
They haven't voted. Oh, they have, but this is that was. So what they? So then we record that for them to then do. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And then they'll be coming out every week. So before that, we're going to be doing a right to reply episode with some voting stats and your comments from the first round vote. So if you've got any more reactions to this, you've got a couple of days before Wednesday, basically, to get in touch, and your message might be read out. But semi-final A will be released on Friday the 11th of April, and then the other 3 will come out in successive weeks. And it'll be 4 weeks rather than 3 weeks this time to vote, so a little bit longer than last time. And we'll find out the semi-final results on Friday the 6th of June.
Gosh. And then that's just straight to a 4-person final?
And then it'll be to a 4-person grand final.
Right. Gosh, it's getting serious now, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the championship rounds.
It's heating up.
Yeah.
Correspondents Corner.
So those were the first round results. As we said, it is now getting serious. Let us know who you are backing to win, your predictions for the semi-finals, anyone you're particularly devastated to see going out. As we said at the start, rexfactorpodcast.com, all the social media links, and you can email rexfactorpodcast@hotmail.com.
Give these little things away, can we?
Oh,
Our little voting cards.
Well, we do have things to give away, because it's usually at this point that I give a little plug for people to join the Privy Council by going to patreon.com/rexfactor, where you get an ad-free version of the main podcast, as well as access to over 300 additional bonus podcasts.
And you get to join the Discord server.
And you get to join our Discord server. But not only that, but during the playoffs, we are also offering extra prizes. So we'll be doing a Privy Council only mini playoffs for the consorts who didn't quite get the Rex Factor.
Oh, indeed.
And we'll do the draw for that next week as well, I think it's planned. That sort of starts in the semi-final stage, because there aren't as many of them.
And that winner gets a wild card into this?
No, so they don't.
Okay.
It's sort of an honorary Rex Factor at the end for the ones that, if there's a particularly galling decision, then...
Okay.
So Privy Councillors will get to be voting on that. They also are getting to vote to decide what we do in Series 4 of Rex Factor. Will it be Scottish Consorts or the English Nearly Monarchs? That poll has been running since the start of the playoffs, and it will continue until the very end. So that's going all the way into the summer. So if you join the Privy Council, you get to vote and tell us which of those two you would like us to do.
Okay.
Also, we are doing prize draws for each reward tier. So we have 3 reward tiers: Privy Chamber, Special Episodes tier, and Star Chamber, top one. So we're going to do a prize draw for each of those every time we do a results episode.
Right.
And we're going to do one for existing Privy Councillors who've been with us for a long time, but we're going to do also one for those who've joined this year, effectively joined during the playoffs.
Oh, so if you're thinking about joining...
If you think about joining, your odds are pretty good.
Okay.
Because there will be fewer of you than in the other group. But both groups get to win. And the prizes include the option of having a Zoom chat with us.
Nice.
Indeed. You might get to win some animated merchandise. I think everybody gets a beer mat.
Oh, yeah.
Animated show beer mat. I think then if we go up to the higher tiers, there are mugs. And then at the very top level, those in the Star Chamber, you also get a little statuette of either Henry VIII or Mary Queen of Scots, kindly provided by Miles Kerr Peterson, which has got a wooden base made from offcuts from a bagpipe workshop, and it has Rex Factor engraved.
Does it indeed?
Yeah. Because you got a special
I've
edition
got a Dunstan one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it says Rex Factor on the bottom.
I don't know if yours says Rex Factor or Dunstan.
Mine says Dunstan.
Yeah, but the other ones don't say Dunstan.
No. Could he do a little wedding cake topper of the two of us?
With Dunstan officiating. So as this is one of the 3 results episodes we'll be doing, this will be the first of the prize draws.
Oh, right. Okay,
So
yeah, of
we're gonna
course.
have
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
we're
group
here.
of people who are going to be prize winners. So Ali, I'm going to ask you to say the magic words, and then it will go blubby blubby blub, and we'll have our winners.
What's the magic word?
Whatever you choose, because it's actually going to take place in Excel.
History, magic.
So thank you for those magic words, Ali.
You're welcome. Did it work?
It did work.
Okay.
So our winners from the first round playoff Privy Councillor prize draw. For old Privy Councillors, the Privy Chamber winner was Anne Hemmerl. Well done.
Is that
Anne
what you just
Hemmerl.
did on X? Is that what my magic just did? I mean,
That's what your magic just
okay,
did.
brilliant.
For new Privy Councillors at the Privy Chamber, the winner was John Wetzel.
Well done, everyone.
Well done. Moving into the special episode tier for the old Privy Councillors, Peter Brown.
Well done, Pete.
And for new Privy Councillors, doesn't have a surname, Heather Hack. I'll be emailing everybody in case. And then, in the Star Chamber for existing Star Chamber winners, the winner is Dr. Emma Southern.
Whee!
Chat with Emma. And for new Star Chamber members, the winner is Natalie Coughlin.
Well done, Natalie. That's great. I mean, that's good to catch up with Emma, wouldn't it?
Really lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you join the Privy Councillor during the playoffs, you get popped into that draw as well. And because there are fewer newer ones, you've got pretty decent odds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be great to catch up with all of them.
Great to catch up with all of them, exactly, yes. So, thank you very much to all of you who have signed up. Thank you very much to everybody who voted in the first round of the playoffs. Got a really good response. But we are now ready for the next stage, semi-finals.
Golly. I'm not.
No, you're not.
It's got really difficult.
Yeah, well, you've got a week to psych yourself up.
Oh, right.
And they're going to be hitting you with 4 sets of big decisions.
Yeah.
So, next episode will be the Right to Reply episode, and then the week after that, semi-final A, and it all begins again.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio.